30 seconds.
Amen. Music. Amen. Music.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, people, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Tommy Jr. on here with Sharonda Pretty Lady Will and my main man, big bro James Kilgore. Guys, we are grateful to be on here. Everybody, please do me a favor, hit the share button, tell somebody to jump in. We are live on this sports show called Across the Lines. We are here to make a big difference. We're here to talk about some good sports. We're here to make you laugh, make you think, make you put your mind on it and be like, whoa, I hadn't even thought nothing about that. But guess what? We're here to rock the boat. And most of all, we're four kingdom-minded people that just love sports. And we're here to get this thing rolling. How you doing today, Pretty Lady Will? You
I'm ecstatic, excited. Yes, I am. Happy to be on. Happy to represent. Please don't forget. Yeah, happy to be on tonight.
Cool. What's going on, big bro James? Talk to me.
Hey man, doing great. Just thanking God for another day that He's kept us, and just having the opportunity to be on the show tonight, and glad to be a part. Repping the Putnam War Eagles tonight. We're 11-0. Made it to the second round. So good news. It's just good. It's good stuff. Good stuff. We're just glad to be a part tonight. Like I said, repping those Putnam War Eagles down here in Edenton, Georgia.
All right.
So we're doing it up.
Yeah. Big shout out to my nephews, Jalen and Gerald down in Putnam County. They had another name before they became War Eagles. They were the 212 Wrecking Crew.
The Wrecking Crew.
Tearing things up, but they on the football field tearing things up. And the thing that I love the most about them, they are respectable young men. They love God. They come from good stock, and they are just great examples of young men that play football, love God, love life. They enjoy life. And I tell a lot of people, I tell people all the time, just because you're saved and just because you profess Christ does not mean your life has to be boring. You can do some good things in your kingdom representation. And because you choose to represent the Lord, God can just, only thing God is going to do is magnify, enhance your life. And by you being a person that says, my life is here for God's glory and so on and so forth, it just propels yourself. Another young man that most of us on this page, we don't really care for him, but he's a Christian. Tim Tebow, he represented the Lord well. I give him props for that, for what he did as a young man, and now he's a well-known figure, but a sports figure, and his life was just catapulted. But we want to get on these sports guys, talk about what's taking place in sports, what's happening. Everyone, do me the favor, if you could just hit that share button, share, like Across the Lines sports podcast, like the show, hit the share button and tell somebody to jump on. And what we're going to do as we progress this show, we're going to actually open up for phone calls to come in soon on our next broadcast. I just want to get the information out there. So if you got a question about sports and you want to chime in and say something about your team, we're going to give you the opportunity to do that. Another part of the show that we're going to get ready to enhance, to bring out, is we're going to do a high school segment. We want to put the light on our children. If you got a child that's in school, that's active in sports, they represent their church, they represent God, they represent their family, their community. We want to highlight that. We want to bring some notoriety to what the kingdom citizens and what God's people are doing. That's how you promote. You got to promote, and you got to show that young people are on the right path. Everybody ain't geeked out on drugs, toe up, crazy, lost their mind. Everybody's not in the street. Everyone's not out here doing bad. There's some kids that really take pride in representing their home, their families, and their churches, and their communities. So I salute those, and I just want to take the moment to give again another shout out to Jalen and Gerald. These are two young men that are on the right path. They're being recruited by colleges through the Southeast, and they are wanted because they some headhunters, and they will knock you out. They can catch that ball and they can throw that ball. And I'm proud of them. I am so proud of them to watch these little fellas grow up to become great young men. And they have the greatest example of their father right here on this show, James Kilgore, who has laid a foundation, and he helped lay a foundation in me as a big brother. And I just know he's done the same thing for his boys. So we're going to be promoting that soon, and information will be out on our group page where you guys can submit information on your children and what they are doing in their schools and athletics. All right, guys, again, hit that share button. We want to promote this show. We want everybody to feel a part. We want everybody to know what's going on over here across the lines. Some of y'all may saying, what is Across the Line? Across the Lines is a show that, if you look at the title, it's A and cross the line. So we're Christian people just talking about sports that so it's a little play on words, but it's a good play on words.
Oh, yeah.
It works. I'm just going to run this on across the screen here, turn on this ticker, hit that share button. All right, we're going to jump to our first thing. We're going to talk about the Braves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Braves, guys. The Braves have finally broken the curse. The curse is broken. I am so happy. I have been in Georgia 42 years, 43 next month. And I remember the first World Series. I was in middle school, and I have been through all the heartbreaks and all the tears. And people say to us all the time, Georgia's Loserville. No, we're not. Georgia is Heartbreakville. Look, I got some handy right on time. We'll get there and take these pliers and rip your heart out and throw it on the floor and step on it and do the dance on top of it. That's what Atlanta is. Atlanta is Heartbreakville. But the curse is broken. And I'm most happy that the curse is broken. What say you, Sharenda?
Yes, listen to me. I'm so happy. Like, I literally cried when they threw the last out. Like, literally. Like, I was in tears because I was so happy. Like, finally we can breathe, right? Finally, all the naysayers can go home. Finally, we have a chip coming back to the city of Atlanta, where it's supposed to be. You know, you always hear as the season was going on, they were up 3-1 before last year. You know, they're not going to do this. Every time we lead it, they were up again, and they're not going to do this. So, you know, you keep hearing all the naysayers and the naggers, and I'm so thankful that we shut the mouths of them. All the haters had to be quiet. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You have nothing else to say. From here on out, we are the city of champions. Please understand that. We have a championship, and we're legitimate. I mean, the way we handled it was amazing. And so definitely the curse is broken. I think the curse was more mental than anything. You know, we had the players, we've always had, but just finally get up the hump mentally, like, listen, we are different. We're not what people say. We are definitely champions. And so for that, hey, I'm going to rep A all day. So yes, I'm excited that the curse is broken. So, hey, we have a championship. Look, they said soccer didn't count. Okay, now we world champs in the World Series of baseball. What you got to say now, right? What you say now? So that's what we are. So super excited.
Right. What say you, big bro?
Yeah, just to echo that, you know, from this pretty lady there, it's just refreshing to know that we can finally get over the hump. And, you know, just get that load off of the ATL, because, you know, that's just a stigma that has been put on us. I say, you know, I tell people all the time, they say, you know, well, they lose. I say, how many people actually win? It's only two teams, you know, it's only one team at the end of the year that wins. So, I mean, and how many in the World Series, you know, there's only been certain teams that have been in those World Series and have won consistently. And then even in the same thing with Super Bowls or whatever championship it may be, it's most of the time, it's a particular city that keeps bringing back home the championship trophy. So for us to say, you know, well, Atlanta is cursed or whatever, so what about all these other cities then and everything? Everybody else must be cursed then, you know, because they haven't won in 20, 30 years either. So you know, but that's just something they just want to throw on us. So I said, I don't know what all that is. You know, the lady got up and said what she had to say. I want to know what she had. I want to know what she had. Where you curse that down? So, you know, so we've been delivered. So that's
hope, Satan.
We've been set free. So, you know, so I'm looking for you. You go back, you know, do your fingers like Whoopi Goldberg and all this until you do right by me. Well, we did. Somebody did right.
Right.
So the Braves are champions. You know, so hey, man, that makes everybody feel like a champion. You know, in the city, in the state. I mean, you got people that, you know, they're not from Atlanta or whatever, but they're part of Georgia. So I mean, it just sends a good vibe all across the state. And I can feel it in football and everything with the Dogs, what they're doing right now. So it's just some good feelings of going across the state of Georgia. And it's just fantastic to see it, though.
That's right. That's right, bro. I mean, we have been through it all. The curse is broken. I mean, I felt like a new person when I told somebody, I was like, listen, I'm actually feeling even better from the fact that even though we lost the Super Bowl, I feel like the pressure of it has been sort of lifted off because we've won. We've won something. You know, everyone has always written us off. People don't give us a chance, but we have won something. And I am grateful for the fact that we have won. And I'm taking this win, and you can't shut me up. You might well get a restraining order on my lips. They got to flap for the next 365 days. So, I ain't being quiet. You got the wrong one. Y'all might well just ban me from the book and the gram and the twit and all that, because I'm gonna let them all have it.
All
I
the
refuse
time.
to be quiet. No, I done been through hell and high water with these teams. I done cried and snotted. No, I got to get this out.
That's right.
No, that's right.
It's all good. It's all good. And the most beautiful thing for me was when I went down to the stadium the night that we won. You know, in spite of everything that's taking place in society, you got the Ahmaud Arbery trial taking place down in Brunswick. There's heightened tension there. You got stuff going on in politics. There's heightened tension there. All this stuff is happening around us. But the beauty that I saw was it was just people celebrating a win. No one cared who was who. Everybody was hugging, passing cooties all over the place. I'm like, get high five, Doc. That's what we doing. I ain't hugging nobody. But it was great. It was a great experience. And it was good to see the city happy. You know, it was happy. I mean, you felt pressure just rise up because people have been given something to cheer about. And that's what it's about. It was good to see people just come together and smile and be happy with each other. So I was really grateful for that. Really grateful for that, guys. All right, we're going to jump on this next topic here. All right, Sharonda, get it out.
Woo! All right, here we go. So listen. Georgia, UJ, my dog's been eating. We are 9-0, right? Undefeated, doing very well. I feel about this QB situation, right? You keep playing Stetson, and we know we have JT is the better quarterback for the team. They respond better with him. His accuracy is better. His vision is better when he's on the field. He knows how to run that offense like a machine. I'm thinking that maybe Kirby is doing some, manipulative coaching mindset because he realized I don't want to show JT too much because I got to face Bama coming up right for the SEC championship. And, have a couple more games. So let me just rest him and keep putting in Stetson. And then when it's time, that way, Bama can't be prepared for what we're going to throw because they haven't really seen JT at his best. So that's my hope, right? I'm hoping that he's going to do that, and really put him in when it really counts because he knows what he can bring. I mean, soon he get in the offense, we've seen him. He's working like a machine. They're automatic. And that's what we need to see. But hopefully, that's the strategy that he's using. And hopefully he has not fallen in love with Stetson. Because you're not supposed to fall in love in football. Because if you fall in love in football, we messed up. That means you're going to feel like you're stuck with this one person and you can't get rid of them. No, we don't need you to fall in love. We need you to, pick the best person on the field. So that's my hope and prayer and my philosophy as we move forward. But they killed Tennessee. Happy to see it. But definitely, come on, Kirby. We hope. Come on. We need you to be a coach and really put the best person on the field. That's my thought.
Right. What say you, Brick Bro?
Well, I mean, when I looked at the game, I'm watching Bennett. I'm watching him scramble, in a lot of situations. And it's great that he can scramble. But I would like to be able to get a view of the game when we do sit with some of the high school games and things. We can get a different view on it. They can give you a wide lens, close in. They can give you, from the quarterback's view or from the defensive view. I would like to really see what he's seeing when he's pulling out of that pocket. Is he not making those attempts because he doesn't feel confident he can make that throw? Or is he just, are they covered? If they covered like that, then okay, all right. Because sometimes commentators and different things on TV, they were covered. They were covered. You just saying that. If the right quarterback is standing back there and he sees he's not waiting for the guy to get open, he's throwing him till he's open, or he's throwing to a spot, then I need to see some of those angles because I saw a lot of scrambling, like I said, in the game, and I'm wondering, okay, why is he? We got good receivers, and Tennessee is not known to be having lockdown cornerbacks. So they good. They D1. They are excellent athletes and everything, but they're not. They're not LSU. LSU, is cornerback, university, whatever, basically, So,
right.
So what is happening? And that's what I would like to know, for as the Georgia and the win and versus Tennessee, because the games was sluggish at times. It's like we were struggling to score at times, and I'm like, what's going on? I mean, we shouldn't not taking anything from Tennessee. Tennessee's a great program, been there for years, but still. It just seems like sometimes we're in third gear and we could be in fifth gear. We should be able to just push the envelope and impose our will as we do on defense, on offense as well. That's what I look at with that. And I don't know about the QB situation. He could be just it. Another thing would be to have, what are they doing in practice? How many reps is Daniels getting? JT, how many reps is he getting in practice? Is he getting as many reps or close to what Bennett is getting in practice? Then that lets us know that Kirby is, he got a plan. He's working it, and he's just waiting on his time. So, I mean, that's just something I think about, with that when I look at that whole QB situation. Because, like I said, I saw that man, Mr. Bennett, he was on the run quite a few times in that game. And I said, are you seeing this whole field, or you just succumbing to the fact, well, I can't make that throw, so I'm going to just take off and run, which is nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, though, if I had a quarterback in there that could make that throw, how much faster and how more efficient that we would be at that quarterback position, and we get on down the field, and we wouldn't see that stagnant kind of offense. We would see it moving faster, because you can't play a team like Alabama and come out slow like that.
No.
You're not going to get away with that, because, see, your best thing is to come out fast on them, because they always end – they end strong. They're going to play that second half better than most times than they played their first half. So you need to be coming out the blocks and get them and jump them as soon as that ball is hiked. I mean, on the first drive and second drive, we need to be scoring. We need to be down the field, not trying to figure out, what we got to do next. Let's push it and put the pressure on them.
Right. And I agree with you. And the thing that I was looking at as well was, and the announcer actually said it. If you go back and look, I think during the second or third quarter, he made the statement. He says Bennett can't see to the right when that end comes upfield.
Oh, wow.
He can't see over him. That's why he was overthrowing people on the flare routes and going out. So that also led me to understand, through just watching football and understanding, a short quarterback has to have lanes he can throw through, versus a 6'3", 4" quarterback can see over the lineman. The offensive line. Bennett is barely 6 feet. So at this point, he has to have a passing lane that he can see and make certain passes. So that may be the thing that we deal with. And that's why I don't see a whole lot of 1, 2, 3 progression and then catching backside. To me, I see a lot more first progression, second progression, outlet. I don't ever see third progression and what's coming back across the field, more so with Bennett. JT, because he's 6'3.5", big dude, he can see. He may not have the legs that Stetson has, but the field opens up. So that's why you see a lot more verticals, a lot more passes being deep outs, flag routes, deep square ends, stuff like that. You see all that stuff happening because he can see and has a greater view of the field and can go through the hit all of his progressions. And I get it. I get it. No, I don't get it. I understand. No, I don't understand. Let me say it like this. It makes no sense because when JT was in the beginning of the season, you played Stetson every game. You played him because you felt like he needed to have reps. And if anything happened to JT, he's ready to get in. So this is what it comes down to me. JT is either hurt, and he was telling it, or he's completely locked Stetson in as QB. And then this is another example of the mismanagement of quarterbacks. If that's the case, if he has given it completely to Stetson, this is another example of him mismanaging quarterbacks. And this will cause JT to walk out that door. And then you look crazy next year because I don't think JT's going to go pro this year. He's going to come back because he needs another year.
Yeah.
He's not going you're going to look crazy next year trying to bring in a quarterback when you had somebody and all you had to do was just play him. And if he walks out that door, and I have another friend of mine who's a pastor, he has a couple of people that's connected to the University of Georgia. He was telling me that they brought in Carson Palmer from USC to come in and help train JT to make sure he knew what was going on. And then you heard all year long people saying that JT, the coaches and all, says JT's asking questions, answering questions, and knows the offense like the back of his hand. This goes back to, is Kirby handling the team right, the quarterback situation right? I ain't worried about the defense. The defense is second to none. This defense reminds me of the early Alabama years. And I was talking to an Alabama fan yesterday, another pastor, y'all know me, who agreed with me. Alabama ain't had a defense like this since Kirby left. Yeah, they've always had the offense and all them weapons to help catapult them above whatever the insufficiencies or the deficiencies of the defense. So this is the only thing that I'm worried about is he handling this quarterback situation right? Well, then again, you played him last week, so he can't be hurt.
He played him last week. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Why did you put him in the garbage time of this game?
And he scored. Yeah.
So this is what made me scratch my head. Like, Kirby, I don't know what you're doing. And there's no rhyme or reason to it for you not to play this boy in a game where he could have got quality minutes. So this is me. When I get to this East-West directional school we finna play this weekend,
right?
That boy need to play a whole half.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it because I saw this with some situations in here recently, and this is just a high school situation, but they, this team benched the player, and then when it came down time, they put another quarterback in, thought he was going to do it. He couldn't handle it. So they want to put the other quarterback in, but he hasn't played in 5 games.
Oh, wow.
So now you put him in a situation like we need him.
Right.
And then he got to get the rust off. I would say, like Tom was saying, go ahead and play him this weekend. If he's healthy, nothing's wrong with him. Let him play. I mean, you don't lose anything if Bennett says, well, he doesn't, he feels, like he's been overlooked or whatever, such, because he's not coming back next year.
Right.
So, but if JT leaves, though, now you got 2 quarterbacks that are on the bench there that have not played at all.
Right.
And a true freshman coming in and Garner Stockton. Then you have Brock Vonnegraff standing there, sitting on the bench as well right now as a freshman. And they have not seen the field. Then you got who's that other quarterback, Tommy?
Carson Beck.
He's sitting there. So no, but I like I said, if he's not injured,
put him in.
Especially
this week. So we'll see this week how it goes, because the team that we're playing this week, I mean, we shouldn't even have to start any of our starters to still win and blow this team out.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a good practice game for him. And like you said, to get his reps in, and it's flowing
Yeah.
when the real game, when we have to play that. So we'll see what happens again. Of course, I'm optimistic. Come on, Kirby. Don't mess us up, because that's the problem with some of our teams. We don't have good managers, coaches. And so therefore our teams are struggling because of that. I know Tommy likes to say that's what happened to Justin Fields. He should have played. He's there to play. You never played him. You stayed with the guy who can't even perform. Like, what are we doing? If you learn anything from Nick Saban, you should have learned always play the best player, period. You right? No matter if he's not producing, take him out, put the next one in who will produce for you. But that's what we have to do. If we want the chip, you have to make that type of move and that decision. So we'll see what happens this week.
You're so right, Sharonda, so right. Let's learn from our mistakes. I mean, truthfully be told, the only reason that Georgia did not get a championship, it was some coaching errors that bit us not for the past two coaches, 2012, 2000.
A couple years ago.
16 or 17. When did we play for the national championship?
What was that?
17?
17.
17, I think it was.
17.
These are opportunities that we blew as a team because of some coaching errors and decision that needs to be made. This is what I was telling my father. I said there's key things that separate two coaches in all of football, college and pro. Nick Saban and Belichick, they do exactly what it takes to win. They'll make the hard decision. Who else would have thought to pull Hurts and stick in Tua and he turn around and win the whole game? Considering Hurts hadn't lost the game in 2 years. But he did what it took for it to cause the team to win. And then he turned around the next year, took Tua out, stuck Hurts back in, and beat us again.
Yeah.
Coaching. So it's the small things that I hope and really pray that, and I'm for Kirby, that he has learned his lesson of what to do and what not to do, and when it's time to make a decision, and don't get caught up in the feelings or caught up on whoever you're going with because of the fact that you like this kid. No, let's do what we need to do and let's win these games. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's win these games and make some good things happen. All right, next topic. Here we go, guys. We're shifting gears again. Here we go. The state of the Atlanta Hawks. What's really going on?
Yeah, can I do it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we like. What is really going on, right? So we had high expectations. We're excited, right? Because Eastern Conference Finals, they made it there, and they were showing good, a good chemistry, good flow. Now listen, the East has gotten interesting, right? The East is more competitive. Right. And so now we're coming back, and it's really about gelling and making sure we're playing that team type of ball. They played a great game yesterday against Milwaukee, but they are not consistent. I don't know what's going on. We up and down. Trey scored 42 against Milwaukee. We blew them, So I'm just trying to see what's really going on as far as our identity. What are we trying to do as a team moving forward? Right. What's our game plan? We fast pace up and down the floor. What are we doing? And so we have to see that, because right now I don't really know. I'm gonna still wear my jersey. I'm still rock my jersey, but because it's too early to throw in the towel with them now. But we need to find our flow, and we really need to find out what our identity is as we move forward, because they have to realize they have to play hard every night. No one's gonna give them anything. And I know it's a young bunch too. Things like 3 years. The average is like 3 years in the league. It's a young bunch. They have to realize you have to play every night just to make sure you make it, especially this year, to the playoffs or even win your division. So we're going to see what happens. But, yeah, we need to find our identity, because right now we win today against a good team, and then we don't play as hard against a team we feel that's not as competitive or elite, and that's our problem, is what I feel.
Which I agree.
Yeah.
Which I agree. Go ahead, James. I'll let you go and I'll finish up.
No, you would sit down.
Go ahead.
I mean, like I say, we could look at the Braves schedule, when they are season. I mean, no one would have thought, that we would have, from what the first part of the season, that we were going to make it all the way to the World Series and win the World Series. It's a long season.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and then we got to realize, what are our expectations, though? Are we looking actually this year, honestly, in our hearts? We say the Hawks going to win the championship. I mean, we got to be, I know the hard fans and stuff. I got some fans on here. They in their heart.
Just stab me in the heart already.
We gonna win the championship. Hold up now. Hold up. Are we going to the second, the third round of the playoffs,
Right.
or Eastern Conference champions? What's our goal? For the team. And then, like you said, we got to definitely be consistent. They got to play better ball all around. Like, you got the young players, you got all the pieces that you're trying to put together and continue to gel. We thought we were just springboarded off last season and really came into this season on the run, really just piggybacking off of that and just really just going forward and setting ourselves as one of the more elite teams in the East, and just setting a standard. But it takes time. Those dynasties or championship teams, it takes time in a lot of cases to build that up, unless you're going to do like some of these other teams have done. You go out here and recruiting players as far as y'all meeting at the beach in the summer. You want to play with me this year? You want to play with me this year? Yeah, but we're going to play together. There's 2 number 1 players in the NBA, and it's the third we're going to pick up. So we are contenders, but the Hawks, we don't have that. So, we're not fortunate or whatever to have that happening for the Atlanta Hawks. So you're going to have to build a team. And it takes time. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks. That didn't just happen overnight.
No,
it took time. Even though they had Giannis and all of that, those pieces, it took time for all of that to come together and for them to ultimately get over the hump. And then the other thing is, we do have, we got Trey, but, still, it's going to take a little bit more to get to where we're talking about getting to. Exactly. They're going to have to recruit another one. See, Giannis is one of those players you can build that team around because of his size and his abilities to play several different positions. Trey can only play but so much in so many positions. He can't go down and post people up. He can't get down and get rebounds and things. Those pieces and block shots and all of that. No, when you have someone like Giannis on the team who can do that Greek freak, I mean, he just everywhere on the floor. He can do anything he wants to do, basically. So, and he can elevate his team, pull his teammates up. If we need rebounding tonight, I can go get 20 rebounds. If I need 4 or 5 block shots tonight, well, we can get that too. If I need to drop off 3 or 2, you know what? He can hit that shot every now and then.
Right.
But you don't have that with the Hawks right now. You don't have a player on that team that can just be the monkey wrench and you can put in any position and he can elevate the rest of the team from wherever he's at.
Right.
That takes time to find that type of player. And then if you're going to talk about develop a whole team, and still when you get that player, Giannis was there, but they had to develop the other players around him. Those other people had to step up and play even better ball than what they had been playing. And they did that.
Right.
And it took, 2 to 3 years, though, to get that to come to pass. So once again, like I said, what's our goal? What are we really looking for?
What we want, Tommy? What's our goal, Tommy? What we saying we want?
I think our goal is just to build consistency. And again, as James said, you're not going to get a championship by shaking a bottle up and think lightning going to just pop out of it. It don't work like that. And if you know the history of the Golden State Warriors, which Schlennick has built this team in the style of, it was year 4 or 5 before they hit. So Trey is in what, year 3, 4?
Yeah.
3.
So you're looking at, you got Cam that need to finish maturing, you got Hunter that need to finish maturing, you got Collins that started coming to his own, you got Gallinari, you got all these different pieces, and you got 2 rookies that are really good. They got to grow and become what they need to become. Yeah. So I think it's going to take time. I just need the Atlanta fans to understand, we don't have to act like we ain't won a championship. We just won one with the Braves. Cut this foolishness out. Stop acting silly. We just won one. Calm down. And allow this team to become what it need to be. Yeah, I know the Falcons suck. They do. But they my team, but they still suck. It's okay. The Braves just won us a championship. We all can just meet up at the field and This
Stop,
no
stop.
music, this chop, nonstop, and I promise you, we'll feel better. But
Yes.
we just have to allow them to become. And I heard a commentator on I listened to the pregame show before we started our show today,
Mhm.
and he made a statement about the floor being crowded, which I think he may have a point. So it's worth something looking into, that they're trying to get everybody minutes. You can't do that in basketball. It ain't enough ball to go around to get everybody minutes. You're going to have to find a core, and then you're going to have a rotational set based on who you're playing, based on who's, and that'll determine how you can get minutes. I know they're trying to get Lou Williams minutes and trying to get this person. No, you can't get them all minutes.
Right.
And then you got rookies that you need to grow and that you need to mature. It takes time. So I'm willing to give McMillan time to pull it together so they can work some things out. They had a great game last night against the Bucks. Trey actually changed his game. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. He actually stopped shooting. Last night was the first time he was aggressive.
Mhm.
He dropped 42, 8 rebounds, 10 assists.
Yeah.
He went off. So that's what we need, because what happens is that makes them put pressure on that. It puts pressure on the defense to come get Trey. Well, you got to go back to the playoffs. The reason we were so successful, it was because the defense was so worried about Trey. They were sending 2 people at him,
Mhm.
and he was just kicking, and they were hitting threes. They were getting alley-oops.
Yep.
That's the kind of pressure he got to put on him. He has to almost become, and most folks don't know this. Only person I heard talk about Trey correctly in describing him was Jalen Rose. Jalen said Trey looked up to Chris Paul and Steph Curry. He's more a combination of the two. So you can't say he's Chris Paul. You can't say he's Steph Curry. He's a combination of the two, because Trey can get to the penetrate kick. Steph trying to shoot the ball first and
All
foremost.
day.
Yeah.
They running. They ain't even let him really do the run the offense. It's Green. Green runs the offense,
Right.
and he trying to catch Steph. Steph is running all day long on the court. You got to be in shape to check that joker. He running off screens. He got no
He
cutting.
rolls, yeah,
He's
everything.
setting his own picks. He got all kinds of stuff going on out there. He don't ever stop. So the thing about Trey is Trey got to be who he be, shoot when it's time to shoot, make them come at him, and then do the Chris Paul here come Lob City, because you got 2 bigs down there that's just waiting on it. And John Collar been posterizing everybody for the past month. So what we want to do is get Trey back into that attack mode. Get into that attack mode. He get into that attack mode. Now he kicking it. Now he's shooting that thing out, and they spotting up, busting threes, and that'll get the flow back to what the playoffs need to be. But the other thing outside of that was, I was thinking maybe Atlanta's just more of a playoff team. Maybe they just gonna turn it on if they get there, and I can see them just really cranking it up, come in as a 4th, 5th seed, maybe a 6th seed. Crank it up when you get to the playoff, and then you get the kind of pressure that you had last year on a team that said, if you ain't got a guard that can check this boy, you in trouble. And we're gonna run this thing, we're gonna play this game and do it the way we want to do it. We're gonna do it the way we want to do it. I got somebody that put a question up on the screen, and we're gonna shift gears after that.
Okay.
He says, I don't know who it is, but we're gonna check it out. Hold on, let me see. Let me see.
You see this question? You see this question, James?
I see.
Oh man.
If you could change anything about the Falcons game besides winning on Sunday, what would it be?
Get it.
If I could change anything about the Falcons game besides winning on Sunday, what would it be? Oh man, I mean, if I could change anything about the game itself, I mean, somebody got to block something. If I could change anything about that game, I mean, if we can't win, at least I don't have to see Ryan look like he wrapped up in saran wrap or something. They just tied him up and just put him in a body bag or something back there. We know that Matt Ryan can't run. So why is it that? So if we know that, why do we spend so much money on wide receivers and different individuals like that, and we don't spend money on the line? That's what my question. If I could change anything about the Falcons, I would change the fact of, look, I'm going to stop spending all my money on all these other different pieces. I'm going to build this line if we're going to keep Matt Ryan. If that's the decision, that should have been done 4 or 5 years ago, though.
Come on.
That should have been done 4, 5, 6 years ago when that happened. When he was there, he's been here for years. So you already know he's not mobile. He's not a dual threat, nothing. So you know that he's an accurate passer, whatever. He can do these different things here. Why aren't we? I don't have to get him more targets to throw to. I need to get him more protection.
Correct.
I mean, that's what they did in New England. I mean, they know that Tom Brady can't run, but you're not getting through that line.
No.
He got a two tight end set. If anything go wrong, he finna throw one of them tight ends and get that ball out of his hand.
Yep.
But for some reason, Falcons can't figure that out. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Why you always got a line that is a running line? We got a line that pulls.
Right.
You can't have a line that pulls, and you got a quarterback that can't move. And so,
right.
we got this small line that want to pull and run and do this and do all these blocking schemes and set it up for the running back. Yeah, but your quarterback, your franchise is that quarterback. If I could change one thing about that game, like I said, I would be changing that fact. Somebody block for the man before he get killed.
So we have to have a funeral.
Yeah. Gonna be some sad singing and flower bringing.
Can we change everything? I mean, I'm with James. The O-line, the D-line. Can we change everything? I mean, that's what we have to
change everything.
Because I mean, it's for us as watching it. It's like it's a no-brainer, right? Yeah. And so the frustration comes as a fan. You see, it's a no-brainer. Why do we keep making the same stupid moves over and over again when we know what we need? We need a line. He can't get the ball out because we don't have a line. It don't matter how many weapons you have, or how Megatrons or baby Megatron. We will never know why, because he can never get that ball out.
He can't get the ball out.
Stop nobody. Can you say it with me? Nobody. So I'm trying to figure out. You know what I mean? So that's what we're saying. So if you're listening, if you work for the Falcons, if you know somebody who does, we need to change everything. Okay? So go ahead and tell them that. All right? Go back and do that. Tell them that. All right?
She said it best. We got to change everything. James said it best. You can't. Actually, James, your point was really great. You can't have a running line and no mobile quarterback. Yeah. And that goes in. If anybody that knows football, watch it. If you ever see them call when they say they're going to move the pocket on a rollout, he can't roll.
He can't rolling nothing.
Nothing.
He's gonna get rolled and wrapped up.
So the problem that they deal with is you got a line that doesn't know how to pass block, and the way you build your team, you got to build it from the inside out. I don't know who told the organization that rule is different for them. It's not. O-line, D-line. That's why I don't want the Falcons. I'm sorry. I'm not going to set myself up for more heartbreak. I don't want the Falcons to win another game. Listen, we got 2 years that we're stuck in salary cap purgatory with Matt Ryan. And nothing's going to change that. I ain't even put a Falcon banner up here. Let me just put Falcons on here so we can just talk about it. Listen,
don't do it to yourself.
We don't need to win another game. We don't need to do anything. Why? Because what good is winning going to do for us if you can't protect them and you can't stop anybody? So therefore, I want Jordan Davis from Georgia. He's a mammoth, gargantuan. Listen, they nicknamed him Godzilla. He's so big. I want him next to Grady Jarrett. We got 3 pieces on defense that we can do something with. AJ McCarron is bought. No, AJ Tyrell, the cornerback, has the second highest or the highest rating by now of all cornerbacks in the NFL as far as giving up yards, catches, and touchdowns. He's rated up there with Jalen Ramsey from the Rams. Okay, he's one block. You got Grady Jarrett. We already know what he do. He's another block. You got Tebow, Deion Jones. He's another piece that you can do some with. Olawonke, the other guy, I don't know how you say his name, but just it's an interpreter for you. The Spirit give utterance to you. Him, we're going to put Ola 1K next to Dion. He already in there, and that's how we gonna hold it down. And you just build from there.
Right.
The second, third, fourth round picks, O-line.
That's
O-line.
all we doing.
That's all you can possibly do. Why? You can't. Okay, this quarterback draft coming up is terrible. The year to get one was this past draft, and this would have been perfect because you can't get rid of Ryan, and you could have sat him and let him grow at his own pace. Because you stuck with Ryan and $40 million of money that you gotta spend, or it becomes dead cap space. So therefore, next year ain't no real quarterbacks coming out. So the year after that, we still got Ryan another year. So all we could do is just hopefully.
You see what the team did. The team that beat them Sunday. We know that star, them Dallas Cowboys. And how about them Cowboys? Whatever. But you see what Jerry did. Right. Jerry. See, people talk about Jerry. He too much on the sideline. He too much in the business of the team. So whatever. But Jerry built that offensive line.
Yes, he did.
That's what he did first. He built that line. He knows that's what's going to take to win. So he built the line. Now you're seeing that whole team start to come together. It's all coming. The pieces are coming together. Dallas gonna win their division anyway. Ain't nobody playing over there no way. So we won out of it, y'all. That was a given anyway. So
ain't nobody
right. So, but you got that and you won. But he's got it set though. I mean, you got a great quarterback over there in Dak. But thing about Dak, if Dak ever chooses to run, he can run though. He can get out of the way. He's mobile enough and everything. But they still built the line though. And they did it. I don't care what level you play on. It doesn't matter. And everybody knows that. Like Simon was saying, everybody knows the game is won in the trenches. Falcons ain't changing until they change those trenches. And it's not going to happen. Because even with Matt Ryan, and we said sometimes, we're like, what is he doing? Whatever says it doesn't even matter. If he has the time, I guarantee you, if you look at those games a lot of times, still too though, because we got line problems on both sides. Both defense and offensive line. Because both of them.
Both sides.
Both of them. So I mean, because you could look at games where we were up 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. I mean, we've put up 21, 28 points a game. All right, if you got a decent defense,
we good.
You're supposed to be able to win.
Exactly.
I mean, the man gave you 28 points. I mean, even though we can't, our offensive line ain't hit no 2 cents, but whatever. They put up 28 points. But you ain't stopping nobody. No. You don't have any threat. You look at them, man. Them men was all on top of he was on top of Matt Ryan like he had stole something. Man, come here. I mean, they were like
they were coming up the middle of the field at him.
Boom. Yeah. Matt just fell on down. Oh no, y'all ain't for to kill me. So
right.
But
bring the back up here. Bring the back up here, Vogel.
Yeah, they went and got the offensive line and they went and got defensive linemen. And they built the rest around it. If they can do that, I mean, we got money here. I mean, come on, Blank got plenty of money. They need to find out how they're gonna manage that money, like you said, with Matt Ryan. All of that. It's just a problem. It's a problem. I mean, I don't know. It's not something that's gonna be fixed overnight.
Sad. That's what it is.
It's sad. That ain't nothing that's gonna be fixed overnight.
No, it's sad.
I think the Hawks situation you can fix that faster than you can fix way faster than you're gonna be able to fix for the Falcons right now. It's not
because we can see where we're trying to go, right? We can see what we have and what we're working with. We can see the pieces and what we invested in, right? So okay, good. They have great potential. Just need chemistry, grow a little bit. We can see that. We don't see any of that. We don't know what we're doing over here. Okay, no, not at all. You built us a beautiful stadium for what? For us to lose?
For what? That's what I said. I'd have let them play over there.
I'm trying to find out what we're doing over here, and that's what happened. So it's really sad. That's our commentary. So I think that's the frustration with the Falcons fan or football fan is, come on, like I don't even want to tailgate. I don't do nothing because I know what Sunday gonna be like. Because I told Tommy, if we're not 500 at the end of the season, I'm burning my jersey. You heard it here. I can't do it. I've done all I can do, James. I've been as faithful as I know how. Like you said, it's so common sense. What we doing? What does it say? The run game covers the defense. You can't put up 28 points and then go. That's true. 3 and out. The game for the defense not to get tired. Really?
Yeah. But see, the thing is, if you got a line, you can go to your run and control the clock.
Right.
But if you don't have them on line, you ain't got no choice but to throw the ball. And then when you go to throwing the ball and they blitzing you or whatever and such, and you 3 it out.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got any, you didn't get any yards on the way. See, now that wasn't the problem that year we was in the Super Bowl. That was just coaching. That had nothing to do with that because we were running the ball like we wanted to run the ball.
The whole first
so we went away from it. That wasn't the problem. Right now, you're not running the ball like that, for the Falcons. We're not controlling, the clock. Because once you get up by 28 and then you just say, well, look, we're just going to run this ball. We're going to get, 4 here. We're going to get 3 there. We're going to throw a 2-yard pass, first down. We moving. We moving the chains. We moving the chains. We ain't got to keep throwing this ball like that. We're going to milk this clock. But you can't milk the clock if you don't have a line, though. That goes back to what we were just saying, and like I said, they score quick and the Falcons get up 28 points. And like I said, the person that said that got a point because I remember that in that game when we were blitzing Brady, we were coming at Brady all game long. About that third quarter, though, that defense got tired.
Yep.
You couldn't sustain it. You couldn't keep blitzing him like that. Then they started giving him time. And when that happened,
he got that rhythm. That was it.
That man went to work.
That man went to work. That man showed out. That man made me so upset. All right, guys, we're going to shift gears again. Here we go. Guys, we're going to talk about somebody who went back home. And I'm going to drop this video. Here you go.
Just 3 days ago, McCaffrey split out wide to the right. Newton takes the snap, and he is in for a Panthers touchdown.
This is what makes Cam Newton so special. Everybody knows he is keeping the football. They run the power O, still can't.
First and goal from the Arizona 2. Newton throws, end zone, touchdown, Robbie Anderson. On Newton's first pass attempt in his return to the Carolina Panthers.
All right, guys, Cam Newton is back in Carolina. He came back with a statement, and he told them, I'm back.
That man do more talking in a little bit.
James is not impressed. He is not impressed.
You ain't.
This is a good storyline.
I ain't trying to hear.
This is a good storyline. Tommy, it's a great storyline. He been sitting
one game don't make you no champion. I ain't studied it.
He's back. The Arizona Cardinals, elite team. Of course, they are missing their starting quarterback Murray. But nevertheless, he played a phenomenal game. Made a statement game. And we're going to see what happens as he moves forward. He's in our division, so we're going to see how that works out as well as we move forward. But I'm excited. I mean, that's a good storyline to tell. He's back. We're going to see how proficient he is. He's motivating his team right now. They're excited. Yeah. We're going to see how he has weapons. Of course, again, he's mobile. He's a mobile quarterback. He can throw it and run it. So it's good to see, and it's great for football. So I'm not a Carolina fan. Don't get it twisted. But I am happy that Cam is playing ball again, and we're going to see what happens as they move forward.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, great win. Good for the team. Good for him. But to me, it is just something psychological. This is a mind situation. It got nothing to do with athletic ability. It got nothing to do with can he make the throw? Can he run the ball? Can he, can he read the defense? That has nothing to do with that. There's something going on with this man in between these two ears. Between these two ears. There's something going on up in here, all up in the magna cum laude, all of that, something going on. Something going on in his head. Because, he talked more trash. Talking about, I remember when he was doing the rehab and all that. Oh, they're gonna release the lion. They're gonna do this and such. Well, man, you can't be a lion and then a teddy bear. 5 minutes later when the game gets tough or whatever, such you sit on the sideline pouting like a baby or whatever. Such man, cut that stuff out. Be the leader that you're supposed to be on the team. I mean, right now everything is good. You won. What's gonna happen when you lose though, or when you're in a situation where the team is looking like they're getting ready to lose? Are we gonna see you step up? See, that's my problem with him. When we get to that point where it's time to truly step up. No, not when we winning. You don't know champions until you see them getting ready to lose.
That's right.
Or in a losing situation. You find out what's in the character of a person, of a player, when he's at his worst. And this is what I tell high school students, players and everything, guys we work with and everything. I tell them, look, the scouts don't care anything about what you're doing when you up by 30. They want to see what's going to happen when your team down by 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and there's a minute to go on the clock. What you going to do then?
That's right.
What's going to happen when you throw that interception or whatever? So you're going to go to the sideline and start crying again and pouting, or you're going to come back on the field and take your team back down the field and score. That's the problem with Cam, though. Cam, his mind, when that stuff happens, it's like I'm like, this man, he's sitting on the sideline with a towel over his head. He looking crazy. I said, man, what is going on with this guy? Who groomed him? You know, that's my question, is like, who groomed him and got him ready for the stage that he's going to have to be on? I mean, we've seen him go from one stage to the next. So college, he did great and all of that. And he first came in the league, he was killing them. MVP. But then when that adversity started hitting, it's like different things started coming at him. I don't know if it was personal situations. It could have been some things of that such. I don't know. But it's just like he just can't be consistent when times get tough. He just starts, it's like he reverts back into childhood or something. He just starts going backwards. And he starts pouting and having a fit and just sitting there, and then his aura just changes. It just flips. He's a lion 1 minute, now he's a sheep. You don't know what he's gonna do. You know, I'm with Cam. You know, I want it because I want to see. You know, I want to see the brothers. I want to see us do what we're supposed to do out there. You know, because they've said so many years that we could not do this. We could not read the playbook. We were too slow for this, and this didn't happen and such. And we, in our minds, you know, genetically or whatever, they can't not perform and they can't do this and they can't handle the pressure. Stop proving these people right in one extent or another. I know that that doesn't cover for all other players that are out there. That doesn't. It doesn't cover for that because we got so many out there that are doing it.
That's
true. I need him to step up. You know, we need him to step up.
We do.
Because he, like I said, he talk more trash. You know, he talk more stuff for somebody. You ain't won no ring yet. You know,
he talking about collapse in the Super Bowl. That was him. Collapse straight up. Just collapse.
The ball on the ground. The ball on the ground.
All on the ground, man. The ball on the ground.
Looking at the ball. He had a play
at the ball.
He looked. He looked at the fumble. And
yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna jump on it?
Yeah.
Just
yeah, but Cam, and I'm like you, James. I actually root for Cam. I want him to succeed.
Yeah, yes.
I just want him to become mentally stable. And this is where this show actually can go a little deeper. That when we talk about building young men, we build that foundation of God and who he is. So as we stated on our last show, when the wind blows, we're rooted and grounded in him. We don't lose our place. We don't lose focus on the one who keeps our minds in perfect peace. We don't lose focus and get sidetracked with what's happening around us, because we're taught in the Holy Scriptures that we walk by faith and not by sight. So therefore, we're not even focused on what's happening here. I have my mind on my goal. I have my mind on what I want to be, how I want to accomplish it, and I know that God will empower me and give me the internal abilities and fortitude to become who I need to be. It's funny because the message I preached Sunday was he didn't know what God knew, and I came from the text of Job. Satan did not know what God knew. That's why God could say to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job?" And because Job had the intangibles or the things down to him that God put in there, he said, okay, I'll pull back my hedge. You can touch everything, but don't take his life. When God places you with a foundation inside of you, he doesn't, God can let you go through tests and trials in your life because you don't lose yourself. And that's the thing that I look at Cam and I say, you're always over here. You're over here. And sir, I want you to be grounded. I want you to succeed. I'm rooting for you. And this again, where this show come in, where we can speak to that and encourage whoever's listening. And as you said, James, who raised you? Who brought you up? because they didn't put something in there. You know,
Yeah.
when as parents, we have a responsibility to put something down in our children
That's it.
to cause them to be grounded. And then when
Yeah.
all hell break loose, you know what our kids should know how to do? Father God, I need you.
Yeah.
Father
Yeah.
God, here I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Father God, touch my mind to it's
Mhm.
rough. I feel pressure.
Exactly. When
Father
they
God,
know that,
right.
it's I teach in the ministry, you know, in the word it tells us, you know, train up a child in the way they should go. When they
Right.
get old, it won't depart from them. Well, it's not that they won't depart from the way won't depart from them. They're
Right.
going to know how to get back home. See, that's what I teach and minister and expound upon that part of that scripture. And I encourage parents a lot of times to let them know, once we put in them how to get to God and how to get an answer and a breakthrough when I'm going through something, they may go away from the path, but the path of how to get to God is in them. It's not going anywhere. They know how. I've been there myself. You know, when I got away from home, my dad was a bishop and all that and everything. Tommy know my dad and everything, you know, and how we were brought up. Everybody in our family preaches and stuff, you know. So, you know, it was drilled in us how to pray, how to pull yourself back in, how to get down on your knees and talk to God and bring the world and slow the world down.
That's it. Slow the world down.
You don't have to let this thing take you into a whirlwind. You don't have to when you know who you are in God. And the stage that they're on is tremendous. Think about the things. That's what when I'm preparing my boys right now, I'm teaching them, man, y'all got to know God. You got to have a relationship with God. You can't be getting caught up in this and that. You got to know who God is, and you have to be so grounded in God that when these things come at you and 90,000 people are chanting your name and they're screaming at you, you still know who God is. You're focused.
Right.
You're not floating and going way over here. You even see that in the way Cam dresses. Look out inconsistent.
I thought Tommy was going to say something about this. I thought Tommy was going to say something about this.
I mean,
you
he
want
is
to talk to that?
you don't know where he's going. You don't know where he's going because he's so up and down. He doesn't know himself. I mean, it's reflected. I mean, that's the truth. That's just the truth. This man come in, he got on pink on, he got a hat on, he got a bow on the hat. What you don't know what's getting ready to happen.
You don't know what he's gonna do.
That's something internally that's going on that you don't know. I mean, that he doesn't know exactly which direction he's going in. You know, when I see him on Twitter arguing with a kid at a 7-on-7 game, he's arguing with a child on the 7-on-7 game. Man, that's a kid.
That's a kid you arguing with.
I don't have to do that. I know who I am. When is he going to figure that? See, that's the problem about that thing. My dad used to preach that all the time. He said, know who you are and know the God that you serve.
Come on. That's right.
You got to know who you are in God and know the God that you serve. So therefore, you don't have to start conducting yourself in that manner because you know who you are in God.
Stolen. Yes.
Yeah, man. Yes. But more power to Cam. We praying for him. I'm rooting for him.
Right.
I want him to do good.
And hopefully he's learned from this ordeal with the Patriots, and hopefully he really found some good spiritual counsel and really got his mind, his life together. We should go find out soon because he got to play the Bills this year. He got to play Tampa 2 more times. He has to play the Dolphins defense. Dolphins got a good defense. They got no offense. They got a good defense. So we're gonna see when they rock him a couple of times what that looks like. Now this week he should be fine. They play the Redskins. I'm sorry, Washington. My bad, not Redskins. Washington.
Yeah, you can't say that no more.
I'm sorry. So he should be good. But following week, when they play the Dolphins and the Bills after that, and then Tampa, we're gonna see what happens.
We're gonna see. Because when that adversity comes, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Yeah.
Gonna find out. But we wish you the best though. We do, Can. We in your corner though, seriously.
We in your it may not sound like we cheering for you. We cheering for you, brother. We praying for you. That's it. Hard love. We tough love.
All right, we got one more topic. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna make it quick.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you guys this quick question, and then we'll go to this. It's gonna take us about like 2 minutes, and we're up out of here. Listen, does this make the Carolina Panthers a contender?
For what? For the playoffs?
Playoffs.
For the playoffs? Yeah, I think it's to be good for the playoffs. They need to stop it. I say, all right, yeah, the playoffs.
Now that I say.
But I don't see them doing much. No, not at all. No disrespect. It's good for TV. You know, their ratings go up.
Exactly.
Sales, but I don't see it doing much than that. If they make the playoffs, then they should applaud themselves. Other than that, that's all you should be getting. I don't see even. Yeah, that's about it. And,
I don't see it. I mean, I'm with that. I just like you said, it's good for TV. It's good for ratings. It's good for maybe the Carolina to sell some tickets and different things of such. But from what I've seen in the past, and then still the inconsistencies that he's had, I don't know. And then even with the rest of the team, I mean, you're going to need more pieces than what he got.
Yeah.
So I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I see. Win 2 to 3 more games this season, and then you're going to see exactly. See, you still got to see what they're going to do next year. Hey, they just did this to get a quarterback in. All right, now what's going to happen next year with that? Are they going to keep him? Are they going? Because it was a 1-year contract they gave him, wasn't it?
Yeah,
1-year contract, $10 million, $10 million bucks, $4 million incentives and guarantees and stuff like that. But as you stated, if he don't ball out, NFL means not for long. That's what the NFL means.
3.5 years average. That's right. A lot of people don't stay. So
yeah.
Man, I hope you stack your bread, because if you didn't, you're gonna be in trouble. Shot town. All right. Here go the last one. Our boy done made it to the Rams. Well, y'all's boy or somebody's boy. Here you go.
Oh, I took a lot of time in the decision making, and it wasn't to build anticipation or nothing. This is my life, and I feel like I've been through a lot, and I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to play football, and I've sacrificed a lot to be here, and it just happened that this felt right in my heart and my soul. I prayed on it, sat back by the fires. Just sat in silence and just tried to listen to what God was telling me, and it just happened to be here. This is a tremendous team. 7-2, have a great opportunity to do some great things, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
All right.
Hallelujah. When he say he prayed on it and the Lord spoke to him.
Why you do this?
Because I didn't even hear it. All I saw was lips moving.
He said he prayed on it, James, and the Lord spoke to him.
The Lord spoke to him.
That's what he said, and it felt right in his soul and his heart.
He sat by the fire and he listened.
That's what he said about it. He did say that, and it kind of got me a little nervous. He said by the fire. He did.
Maybe like God was in the fire, like he was in the burning bush.
Come on,
the bush, like for Moses. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had that experience and encounter. And whatever it be, he said he wants to go to playoffs and he want to go to the Super Bowl. And what better way the team to get there than the Rams? Come on here.
Exactly.
So he ain't got to be rocket science. The Lord may have spoken and say, this may be your only opportunity, bro. You better get on that train while it's moving. And since they lost that wide receiver and Anthony Brooks, he's like, listen, let me come on in and fill that void y'all need. And whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to bring no controversy. I'm going to come and play ball because that's all I want to do. And we're going to see if we can get this chip. So I'm a new Rams fan, by the way. LA, what's up, y'all? Okay. I'm going to wear my Nelia next week, okay? Because
she like a gypsy.
She's a Ram fan now.
Team.
I'm a Rams fan. Listen, I got to have a winning team. You have your team, and then you have a winning team. That's what we got right now. We just said we got to wait 3 years, so I got to have a winning team. I cannot
wait 3 years.
I can't experience Sunday after Sunday like that. I can't. I can't do it. So I need something. So they play tonight, right? They play tonight. So I gotta see the score. But let's go Rams. Let's go.
Let's go Whams. All right.
Well, he won't have.
He gonna lose on that team.
They can beat the sleep right now. It's 21.
Now beat the sleep.
Oh no!
In the top of the third quarter, it's 21-7. He might not be playing. Let me see if he's playing.
They're playing the 49ers. Okay, well, Shanahan, he made
Oh, he playing. He got 2 receptions for 18 yards.
Okay, just 2. Okay. Well, it's still we still got a quarter to go. We're gonna see. But Shanahan always good
What
now.
they doing?
I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. They need
I don't
We're
know
gonna
what they
find out,
doing.
y'all.
Yeah, we got to
All right,
find that
so
out. I got to
we gotta
find that
find it
because
out.
it's too many good players on that team for
Let's
them to
see
be
what's
losing
going
like
on here
that.
with 7 points. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on.
Yeah. We got to go and get
Let's
off
stretch
and
our hand that way
what
down.
we got to
Let's stretch our
do.
hand that way. Look.
They got Von Miller.
Yeah. Okay, they
They
said
got all these don't do like. I hope they're not doing like the Lakers did that year. We went and got all those players and then win not a piece of the chip.
Well, that's what y'all want to do this year. Come on, that's exactly what y'all gonna do this year. Not a piece.
Moses Malone. We had everybody.
Malone, Karl Malone.
Got both for Karl Malone. Yeah.
Moses Malone was 50 years old when they had
Yeah.
that.
Karl Malone. My bad. Karl Malone. That's what it was. But it might have well been Moses. We lost.
He was done. He was done when he got out there.
Yep.
Oh man.
He had one spin move.
But I don't know that's we'll see how that works. But the thing is, one thing about it though, one thing I do know, he's got a quarterback that can make throws. And can read the defense. The guy, he's proven he can do it. But now, as far as everything chemistry together, but if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Gotcha. You can have the greatest and everything. And also, I look at when Kurt Warner was there though. They had all those pieces. All those pieces fit. It's like it was a puzzle, and everybody complemented one another. And defense did enough. Offense, the greatest show on turf. So they had all the pieces and everything just gelled. You had the right quarterback with the right mentality. He was humble, and he was unselfish. He was a leader. Now, what happening now? I don't know what's going on. And I just don't know if that's going to have a chemistry, man. Hard to come by. You get all those superstars on the team like that, and we looking and saying, yeah, this should work. Look at all the wide receivers you get. We got on defense, and we got at quarterback, but that chemistry is going to have to be made on that team for them to, make the championship. You look at now, like I said, 21-7. Come on, man. There's too much talent on the field to be losing like that right now.
That's true.
It can happen if the chemistry is not there.
It's early. It's on it's early. They got third quarter and the fourth quarter, so we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, because they can come back.
Yeah, they can come back.
They got enough time to come back. And I'm
gonna be watching it so they can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what OBJ do. He's a head case too, a serious head case.
Oh yes.
So he can
but
get
he done told you he done talked to the Lord now. He done got back with he done been praying.
Yes.
I'm gonna
say it because y'all won't say it. A lot of people talk to the Lord. A conversation is two ways.
Yeah.
This is the key. If you talk to him, you got to hear what he got to say.
You got to hear what it says.
Yeah. And if you ain't listening to him, then you just like, you ain't gonna get a lot.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, Tommy. You ain't lying.
So that's that. But today has been a great show. I am honored again to have you guys on here. Kevin will be back with us on next week, guys. Thank you all so much for those who have watched and listened. We're grateful. Please hit the share button. Please do me a favor. Go to the group page Across the Line. Like us. Join us. We're here every first and third Monday night. We're here doing our thing. We're just four people that love God, and we'll be mixing it up. You'll see some new faces pop in, some new perspectives and things like that. We got a great show coming up. We're going to bring in an Atlanta legend in. Coming up real soon. Someone that you guys are familiar with, who played ball back in the 50s and the 60s, played against Walter Payton. We're going to have some greats on here, some old school people, as well as some new school people that's going to come on the show and be a blessing. And don't forget, we'll have the information out. Send us your kids' information. We want to put their pictures up, highlight, talk about them, and represent and give them their kudos and what they're doing in high school ball. So let's be in prayer for our show, be in prayer for those on here. Love your neighbors. As the last commandment that Jesus gave us was to love one another. Love everybody that crossed your path. Remember this: how can you say you love God if you can't love the ones you see daily? You got to make sure your horizontal relationship is correct before your vertical relationship is correct.
Amen.
You can't love
Amen.
here, you can't love here. So
Amen.
therefore, that's why this thing says across the lines. We're loving the way that God tells us to love, no matter who it is, no matter what it is. We love you guys. Thank you all so much. Be blessed. Have a good day. Peace.
See y'all. See y'all later.
Allah.